Firstly, thanks to everyone, and most importantly, thanks to the organizers of the event. I would congratulate both ASA, IM, as well as the US Grains Council on putting in a good 80 years of service for the industry. I used to be from the industry, so much appreciated for all the hard work that you guys have put in. Today, what I'm going to talk about is futures and options. I would say, to some people, a very strong topic because of all the speculation and all those issues currently going on in the US. To some people, a very boring topic because if you're a pure cash trader, you don't trade futures and options. Wow, boring. Okay? And of course, to right in front here. And of course, to the folks who do a little bit of both, I would say it's probably something that you would definitely have an interest in. But I think on the overall whole, for everyone, in one way or another, you are, the business that you're in is affected by the price at CBOT, or CME in this case today. And it's, I would say it's generally it's very useful and good that you understand some of the working aspects of how the price, how the prices are discovered at the exchange, the pluses and the minuses, and as well as the latest developments at the exchange, because it will eventually affect the way you manage your risk. In a setting like this, it's always difficult to create a presentation for everyone, because everybody's from different diverse sectors of the industry. So it's always difficult, you know, when you're trying to decide on what you want to present, who to cater to. So I do apologize if the presentation ends up being a little bit of this and a little bit of that, you know, for you. But I thought, you know, it will be important that everybody goes away with taking away something that he or she will find useful from this presentation back home to your business. So really a little bit of history, that's what I'll touch on. Some education for people who might be interested to know the difference between OTC products and exchange-traded products, something that you read a lot in the news today. Talk a little bit about hedging, what kind of new tools are available for you to hedge at the exchange. I'll talk a little bit about nitty-gritty detail for those of those bean counters out there. Okay. And I'll talk a little bit about information as well. Many of you use the website for information, and as you know, there's been a lot of changes. There's no more www.cbot.com anymore, okay? And it's been replaced by the CME Group website, which I do admit is very difficult to navigate, okay? And I apologize for that, and we are working hard to rectify that. But I'll just run through you through the website as well. And the only thing that there's none of, okay, is that I'm not here to give you an official price forecast. Okay, here's the board of, here's the CME Group headquarters in Chicago. For those of you who've been to Chicago and visited the floor, you'll be happy to know that the floor is still there over in the Board of Trade building. In fact, it's even busier than before. Because what we've done is that in the course of the merger, we moved the floors from the CME. CME also had some floors trading the financial products and livestock and cattle, and we moved that over into the Board of Trade building. So the floor is still there. So if you're ever in Chicago and you want to take a tour of the floor, you will still end up in the CBOT building, which is a very beautiful building, by the way. And this is the CME building, which houses everything that we run out from there. That's basically the heart and soul of the exchange today. On the right, you see a picture of a lot of crazy people screaming in the pit. Something that we hope would still, you know, be there for many generations. But unfortunately, things do change with time. Similarly, CME has changed across time as well. Now, many of you are probably not familiar with the CME Group. Many of you were brought up and are still looking at CBOT every day and every hour of your lives. CME actually stands for Chicago Mercantile Exchange, you could say competing exchange within Chicago itself. the two biggest exchanges in Chicago, the CME and the CBOT. And they formally merged in 2007. So today when you refer to the CBOT or when you refer to the CME, you're basically talking about the same thing. And that merger was consummated in 2007. Subsequently, in 2008, the group merged together with NYMEX, or rather we made an acquisition for NYMEX. NYMEX, as you may know, is the energy exchange in the US and has a long history in trading the WTI and the net gas contracts. So today we are a combined exchange. We trade a variety of different futures and options products, and as you will know, so we trade a wide variety of asset classes, which I'll go on to show you some of the asset classes that we trade that basically will lead on to something else that I just want to mention at a later stage. So we are a combined group, and today we are the largest futures exchange globally by volume, and we hope to continue to maintain that leadership. You may ask, okay, all these mergers and all that, what is it for me as a user of the exchange? Well, the primary benefit that will flow down to a user of the exchange is the benefit of cross-margining. Okay? You may not see it in your current environment now, your current situation now, but let me give you an example of, say, for example, a firm that trades both the energy contracts, the WTI contracts, and say, for example, trading precious metal contracts, or for example the agriculture complex. If you're long one and short the other, in the course of time, after when we merge the clearing houses together, you will get what is known as margin offsets if there's a correlation between the different products. Okay, and increasingly, as we put on more products onto the platform in the agricultural space, if you're trading only the agriculture complex, then very soon you will get margin offsets between various products within the agriculture complex as well. So say, for example, for some of you that already know, we are in discussions, or rather we have concluded the deal with Bursa Malaysia, and as part of that deal, we'll be listing a US dollar palm oil contract. The benefit of that is that if you are trading both the soy oil and the palm oil, in the past you have to put up two separate margins, one on Bursa Malaysia and one on CME, to trade the two various products. But in due course, when both products are on the same platform, and if you're long one and short the other, you essentially will only need to pay, in general, one, assuming the correlation is very close, slightly more than one margin. Okay. So moving on to this slide, we have a very wide and diverse product range. As you can see, the chart on the left will show you a mix of the different products that we list for trading. And on the right, you see that we have a very wide customer base as well, ranging from algorithmic traders, banks, funds, and non-member firms, for example, like index funds or commercials like yourself, insurance, corporates, etc., etc., etc. I'm being very general here in the sense that we trade a variety of different products, so different types of traders are in different markets. Okay, so probably you see a greater skew towards algorithmic traders in, say, for example, the euro-dollar contract, okay, or the S&P 500 as compared to the agriculture complex. In the case of the agriculture complex, it's probably more skewed towards commercials. Yeah, in this percentage ratio diagram. So again, another slide that talks